Welcome back to Trove One, everybody, in the chaos of camping with kids. Got the breakfast table set up, everybody's chairs. Sarah's made a big pot of oatmeal. And we'll be adding whatever we want to it: peanut butter, chocolate chips, raisins, cinnamon. So we are in the Rockies still on our big trip. We're in the San Isabel National Forest, I believe. We crossed over last night. We came over Marshall Pass, which is like 10,800 something feet. We're a little bit below that now. We crossed the Continental Divide, and not the most epic camp spot, but we were glad to find one off the road a little bit that was easy to level everything. We just threw the tents up. We didn't even set them up fully. There's a little bit of old structure here. Looks like junk, nothing really cool, but we weren't really planning on coming this far up into the hills, but we had to really get a camp spot we were comfortable with and liked. And that was quite the drive last night. We're going back out the same way we came in, so we'll get to see all the scenery versus the black abyss off the side of the road. So it may be more frightening in the daytime than it was at night. But we're gonna be headed back over the pass, so we'll get to see that in the day. And we saw a moose last night, unless we were hallucinating, but I've got footage of it, but I couldn't see very well. My big lights, I was running those for a long time, and then all of a sudden, boom, they went out. I think it's a fuse. I'm about to investigate, because there's nothing wrong with the lights. Both of these lights went out. I lost power to that circuit, I believe, so I'm going to check my panel in here and see if we just burned out a fuse or what. So, and I got a couple other things. Thought I heard something in the woods. I don't think so. Got a couple other things I need to check, some fluid levels and things on the Suburban, do a little bit of preventative maintenance this morning. So we're gonna eat some breakfast and get packed up pretty quick. There's really nothing to do here except for head back through the pass and see the scenery. And then we're generally speaking headed back to Arkansas, but we've got a few more days. So we're just gonna be kind of taking our time and enjoying scenery and exploring roads like back up in here as we have time, and just take the scenic route home. So should be fun, but we're gonna grab some food, start getting things packed up. We're gonna call this the oatmeal bar. Build your own bowl of oatmeal.
I'm gonna hand you your chocolate chips and you can put them in.
I got 9 marshmallows. 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Where is it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 5, 1, 2, 6, 7,
Marshmallows.
8.
I'm looking at the light issue. It's definitely blew the fuse. It's a 30 amp fuse that runs those lights. I got a replacement fuse. The question be, why did it blow the fuse? Because it should run off of that without an issue. I'll replace the fuse and see if they work. And I'll just find out if we got a wiring harness issue, or I don't know. Maybe I just had them all. I don't know that I've run them. Was running them for a long time. I don't know that I've really run them that long. So maybe it just was pulling too much and got too hot. I don't know. We'll find out. All right, they're back working. So it was definitely just the fuse. I think I'll disconnect. I've had these pods on the same switch. I think I'll disconnect those just to make a little bit less draw. These lights do pull a lot of power. So I think I'll disconnect these little ambers. I don't really need them anyway, so that'll take a little bit off that circuit. All right, topped us off on coolant, topped us off on oil. Transmission fluid's looking good. I think I have a very, very slow transmission leak, but I've definitely got a rear main seal leak. And then somewhere I'm leaking coolant. I think I spotted it the other day, and it's a big coolant hose fitting down in here with a slow leak. So get that fixed when we get back, get all the leaks fixed up. Everything else is looking good. Brakes have been feeling good. My manual override on the trailer brakes has been working pretty good, and haven't had any issues with that. The brakes on the Suburban itself are working good. I would like to upgrade those brakes a little bit, but there's a limited amount I can do, so we'll see about that in the future. I'm glad to have these lights back. I don't even know if we're going to be using them anymore. Don't really plan on doing any more night driving, but if we do, I really like these. I would take these two over that whole light bar. The light bar is a lot wider and a really even light, but if the windshield is dirty, it glares really bad and you can't see near as well. These are out in front of the hood and the windshield, and these are just super, super bright lights. So helps if I keep the windshield clean, but I didn't clean it when we got cast last time. Yep, that one's almost ripe. A lot of the little plants.
Look, that is a pack. Yeah. Giddy and me ate some over there. Cause maybe. Okay, test it out. Laser test it out.
That's a big one, Giddy.
This one's huge. I've never seen it.
Huge. Good, look, this one's even bigger.
Yeah, there's a ton right down in here.
Yeah. Try not
There's
to
a big
step
one
on.
right.
Like.
There's a good one right there.
Try it, Daddy. Here's a good one.
Ooh, that's a big one too.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good. Yeah, these are actually pretty good. Don't eat them yet.
So eat makes me want to come down really, really bad. You want a coat on?
Alright. Ready? Grab, push. You got it?
Why don't you come to help me swim? Go, Daddy. I like this. So let go.
Okay, let go completely. You got oatmeal? Is that good? Is it good oatmeal? You got chocolate chips. What'd you find? What's that?
What is it?
Do you know what it is? We're almost packed up and about to go. The kids have been collecting pine sap off of the trees here to use as fire starter stuff later on. So that's been entertaining them for the last 45 minutes. All right, we are rolling out and we're gonna go see what scenery we missed last night. Guys, this is the sign for Marshall Pass. It's Marshall Pass where you go up through the mountains right here. The passes are kind of cool. We haven't really gotten to do very many, so it's kind of fun to get to see one on dirt road, especially. Last year we tried to go through one way over further, but it was snowed in because it was too early in the year. Checking out a short side trail, and there's a good camp spot up in the tree line here off the road. It's right across the road from where we saw the moose last night. We just couldn't tell what all was up in here last night. Look up through there. The forest is beautiful. I don't think the camera catches it, but this little aspen grove here is beautiful. This road's got lots of aspens up it. It'd be a gorgeous drive in the fall, I would imagine. What a view. This is what we missed out on last night. We knew it was down there, but it was just blackness as our lights wouldn't penetrate. Beautiful little lake. It's got a campground and stuff down there. I think we're gonna swing by there just to look at it. Down here at the lake now, and this is a beautiful little campground and spot. I could spend a few days here paddling and fishing and camping. Super pretty spot. That was a really fun detour. Got to see some really pretty scenery and a moose. That was the highlight of that little trek. But we're hopping back on highway now. We're gonna be headed back south towards Alamosa.
That's a normal size pizza. Never pizza. He puts it close to her mouth, then
Smile, you can say it.
We are wandering around some dirt roads on a detour to see something scenic that Sarah's found. So we're gonna see what it is. Hopefully it's worth our slight detour. We are here at this old, supposedly silver mine site. Now there's not a whole lot to it right here, but evidently right out through this area is where some of the mining operations would have been whenever this was in operation a long time ago. Supposedly around here somewhere there's still some remnants of buildings and stuff, but so far we haven't been able to find it, and the information on this spot is somewhat scarce. So we're gonna keep looking, but I don't know. Alright, we're calling off the search for the old structures because we just can't find information. We're not sure. There's a bunch of different little roads around here. This is on BLM land, but we can't figure out where stuff is, and we just don't have time to continuously hunt for these things. So we're gonna roll back, try to go find some other cool stuff in this area. The drive up here has been beautiful though. It's a pretty road up into these foothills, so we've at least had some nice scenery. Checking out a little campground here. I don't even know what it's called, but it's in this same area. We're tracking this whole route if you want to see any of this stuff. So far it's been beautiful scenery, and that's about it. This is the area we're in. There's a bunch of trails and hikes around here, but we don't have time to do them, so we just have to see what we can see from the parking lot. Well, if we had more time, we'd go for a hike, but there's just not time, so we'll enjoy what we can from the road. Camp spot. Okay, so supposedly right here at this area there is wagon tracks that can still be seen from the Spanish Trail, which was like a trade route between somewhere in New Mexico and somewhere in California, like Los Angeles and somewhere else. I don't remember exactly. I don't know how long of a walk it is, so we're going to kind of glance and see if we can see them pretty quick. But again, we don't have time to do a big long hike, so it's got to be fairly easy to see, or we're just going to keep driving and enjoying the scenery. At this point, I don't know what we're doing today. I guess this is the wagon tracks right here. There's kind of a groove here and a groove here. We are now working our way back into the national forest. Supposedly there's a natural arch back here that's a pretty short hike. We're hoping it proves to be a little more impressive than the last couple of destinations. We're definitely enjoying the scenery, but the kind of big items have not been super thrilling. Well, this is a pretty cool area. Some pretty cool rocks we're driving around. Well, we've made it to the arch. It's just a giant hole in the wall. That's pretty cool looking. We're gonna try to hike up there and take a look at it.
I think there's a drop off on your end.
Yeah, for sure. A little bit out of breath, but we made it up here. This is definitely a nice little scenic stop that's, I'd say, relatively unknown. Pretty cool.
That's a drop-off. That's not a drop-off.
We've climbed up, me and Giddy, very carefully. We're kind of on top, not on top of the arch. It goes way over, but you can see way down the camper over there. Everything. We're being very careful. We're gonna hop back down and not get too crazy. Well, this is pretty cool. I came up here all the way on top. See the ridge back there, but I'm gonna get down now before I do something stupid.
Oh, this is the part that scares me.
Going down.
Oh yeah.
Don't like the heights?
Not at all. I'm just stay up here forever. Bye.
Well, guys, the hike wasn't very long, but it was pretty steep and rocky, but it was well worth it. Beautiful, cool spot. Now we gotta get rolling. We're way behind schedule. All right, we're headed out of here. We're gonna head into the nearest town. We gotta pick up at least water. We're low on water. We got a few other things we need to do, but we might not get them done today just because of it's 5:20.
Okay,
So we need to be finding camp and getting food cooked. It's also starting to rain. ideally we'd be able to get out of the rain to set up camp, because our one tent that's leaking is kind of a problem in the rain, so that'd be nice to not be in the rain, but might not be able to avoid it. We'll just have to see. We're gonna roll into town, get what we need, and go from there.
So big.
Man, look at that.
That would be fun. But I don't want to spend that much money.
All right, we are having some cheese and crackers for supper because it's getting late. We're running behind, and by the time we get to camp, we're not gonna have time to cook. So, cheese and crackers on the road. We're gonna head out, go find some camp.
Tracks. There he goes.
Did it go?
He's walking slowly. Silver, gold, any sorts of things. Could have just gone from someplace over here to another department, or it may have been passing through and making a longer trek. I'm not sure. Look around me. Here you go.
Oh dear.
Look out, Caleb.
Hi, kitty.
Now put your feet in like this on my
I think that's a laser.
Nope. It's like, get in.
What?
Hey, take your shoes off. Oh, your shoes are already off. Get there. Traffic over there. Hermione. You want to get Hermione?
Sure.
That way, I take my phone's in the front seat, bottles of water up there, Mama and her water bottle. That way I can set up stuff up there and
That was a long list.
not deal with a crying baby.
Well, guys, we've made it to camp. Not quite how we expected. The rain got started, it got dark. We found one camp spot, but it was lightning at the time and raining, and we thought we probably don't need to be here, even though it was a really good spot. So we kept going, and then the road started getting ruddy and going downhill. And then we ended up at this spot, which is the muddiest spot we've ever set up camp. Look at my boots. So we've got the tent set up. We've got all the kids but the little one in bed. We're about to hop in bed. It's a rather chaotic end to a otherwise pretty fantastic day, but long day. We're very tired at this point, and we'll see what happens in the morning. We're not stuck, but we're practically stuck in camp. I'd had to put it in 4-wheel drive just to back up a little bit because it's so muddy. It is just soupy. Hopefully the dry mountain air dries this up overnight. It has stopped raining, so hopefully it dries up and we might have a view in the morning. We'll see. Whatever the case, that's going to be another video. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure.
You want to send a towel?